Hello everybody and welcome to the best Nintendo 64 game you've never played. I'm the failed author and we are looking at, I'm not even going to attempt the name in Japanese, but Kings of Pro Baseball on the Nintendo 64. This was an early release on the Nintendo 64, all the way back from 1996, and I love this game. This is kind of those random things in life that just happens. Me and my brother used to rent this from Blockbuster back in the day. And why they had this game all in Japanese at Blockbuster, I don't know. But we're going to talk about it again. If you like what you're seeing, I'm the failed author. Go ahead and comment down what you think the best Nintendo 64 game is, or one that no one's ever heard of, and we'll talk about it in the comments. I also post Battlefield, if you're into Battlefield. This game has 13 different teams. They all have different skills, play styles. They're actually pretty different. There are some teams that are much better than the others, but let's just hop right into it. Pitching. The pitchers all have different unique pitches that they either have or don't have, and you can control them by using the actual joystick. And it's very intuitive. I know it's a simple game. It's an arcade-style baseball game, but it's fun. And there's some really neat things that they did with the pitching to just give it that charm. Of course, you can see the the batter's box there. Hitbox. What are we playing? First-person shooter. But there's just different things you can do. For example, this guy got really frustrated and he turned and looked at the camera. He broke the fourth wall in a Nintendo game. You kind of love to see it. That guy got frozen. I missed. Terrible. Another thing that can happen is if you don't even swing, it'll stone you. But most importantly, my favorite thing you can do while pitching is absolutely shatter the batter. That's so funny and over the top. Now the computer here you can see is intuitive. It's trying to beat you. 3 different difficulty settings. It's going in and putting in a different designated hitter. You can have DHs on or off. It depends on how you want to play. But as you can see, it's not going to work out too well. My pitching was too good at this point in time. I find it harder when you're a batter to hit the slower pitches than the faster ones. And you know what? I hit them with that slow changeup, baby. But just to prove the computer that you can do it, I went ahead and switched in my man. This is my second favorite player in the game, DJ, on my favorite team, the Oryx Blue Wave. And that's how you do it. You switch in that DH and you say, you know what? Home run. The announcer in this game is absolutely hilarious. They seem to just go apeshit at any time something fun, or if you know, throw a really bad pitch and get a ball, just to prove DJ's the man. Back to back, baby. It's just so good. I just love it. It's great. I also love that it's all the text is in Japanese. They're like, there's old DJ. DJ's up there doing his thing. If you're wondering why there's a spaceship, this is actually on the moon, which I thought's hilarious. As far as fielding the ball goes, you can see the computer. They're going to do a great job. They're going to get almost anything you hit that's not a home run or in a safe spot. As far as you fielding the ball, when you go to get it, you can see there's a yellow, hitbox. Now you just got to have your player in. You can make errors. You can jump and miss the ball. You're not in it good enough, it'll miss. Something cool, you can also determine how low you want to get under the ball and how high you want to as well. Does it work out? Often I find it not the best to switch it, but it felt right, Sometimes it feels right. You can see in the bottom right, 0 meters in our little HUD. There is wind on certain levels. Obviously, we're on the moon, so we're in a no-winded area, which is great. I often find myself playing that one. There's some fun locales like the beach where the ball really slows down and the fielders run so slow. One thing that is very cool about this game is all the different animations they have for the home runs. It just makes it fun. You can see different ones there where it tracks the ball, where, even this one, it kind of leads you to believe that you're not going to get a home run, and you can see the fielders running to the wall, but you do still get it, but it doesn't have that custom animation, so you're, on the edge of your seat. I will say this next animation for sure is my favorite when you get a home run. I mean, I'm playing against my favorite team, but I had to show them I can still do it with a different team. Okay, I don't always have to rely on them, but look at that. You just absolutely moon that thing. It's so cool. It's just so charming and fun. Something that I think, we really lost with these big AAA titles kind of dominating everything. And luckily, the indie scene is growing right now, and I'm seeing indie games, even shooters, absolutely crush AAA, developers. But here's the first pitch of a game. You know you're in for a long one when you send that first pitch out, and it absolutely gets crushed. Something that's cool is in the settings, you can kind of change not just the difficulty of the computer, but the difficulty of how you want to play. You can make it so the pitcher does have an icon so you can see where you're pitching, or you can make it a little more tougher and not have that. You can have the hitbox like I currently have here that kind of tracks when you're in the right position for the ball. It'll, you know, tighten up and close in on it, and you can see when is a better time to hit it. Or you can just have it, it's just like, I'll just call it a square on the ball, and you can go from there. It's really up to you, which is fun. You like to have options, right? Fun fact about this game, there's 2 really famous players to my knowledge. I know, like, the information about this game's kind of tough. I mean, it's really obscure. It's from '96. It wasn't released in America, and, you know, it's just, it is what it is. You're going off the GameFAQs translation from a saint who actually went ahead and translated it for you. But I know for sure Hideki Matsui's in here on the Giants, and then on the Blue Wave is Ichiro. Yeah. Ichiro. The Ichiro. I'm pretty sure it's I think he's number 51 on the Blue Wave, and the way that you know that it's Ichiro is he's one of the only players that when he comes on the screen that the crowd actually cheers. You can hear him chant. They don't say, you know, his last name, Suzuki. It's just Ichiro, and that's pretty cool. So cool, in fact, that I went on DHgate and bought 2 Ichiro Blue Wave jerseys because I'm a big old fan, you could say, you know. And I put this last clip, I should say, of the gameplay in there, so you can kind of see how the game operates. You're running the bases. You control that with up C and down C. Up C to advance, down C to either, you know, run back if you're in a spot where you have to go back to your base, or to stay put. And, well, you just stay put, you don't have to do anything, but, you know. So you can control other, what they say the bases have 2 or 3 runners. You get a little bit of a gap where you can control a few of the runners at different times. So you can kind of send like second to third, but keep first at first, for example. Now, I don't know another person on this planet besides me and my brother and the people I have looked up on YouTube that have actually played this game, but I would implore you, it is so cheap. If you are interested, you can buy a physical copy for, I'm going to say, under $10 on the right day. I got a complete in-box version. The box was beat up, but I paid $15. And I bought a loose cart of it years ago at a swap meet for $5. Now, the trick is with these Japanese carts, because they're region locked, you just have to find an inexpensive Nintendo 64 game. You have to get a specific screwdriver. You can find those very easily on Amazon. I think I spent $4. You just take the back off the English or, you know, US version Nintendo 64 game and take the back off the Japanese and just swap them, right? And then it'll work in your region locked Nintendo 64, which is what I did here. And I've been having so much fun. You can have a game easily go 30 minutes just because you're crushing it, right? One of the weakest things about this game for me is running the bases. I'm constantly forgetting to make my runner either go back to the base if I can tell someone's going to get out, or not advance them because I'm just so excited to try and get a home run. I do think for a simple arcade game that there's a lot of depth to it. Definitely will say that the hitting is harder than the pitching, though sometimes that computer just goes like, haha, whatever you're throwing, I'm hitting. Especially if you're playing on the highest difficulty setting, you can assure you're in for a tough time. Now, I like to play this later in the night when I'm just trying to chill, and I'm just playing it on the easy setting, and I'm just enjoying the ride. But let me know. I'm the failed author. If you like what you heard, if you like what you've seen, if you're interested in this game, go ahead and pick it up. Kings of Pro Baseball. It starts with like a CH in Japanese. I'm not gonna butcher that, you know, title. I think it's Chokon Knight Pro Yaku King. Don't kill me, okay? I already warned you, alright? I'm not trying to be insensitive. I don't know Japanese. Kings of Pro Baseball. Check it out. If you like this, if you like what you heard, I'll be posting more N64 stuff randomly, but I do post Battlefield stuff all the time. Oh, And the fielders are very different per team. For example, Ichiro is so fast. And here he's coming up to bat. We're ended on Ichiro, boys. I'm the Veiled Author. Like and subscribe.